Hello YouTube, welcome back to the Bison Workshop. I'm Bob, and I thought I'd go ahead and do a video today just to keep you guys going, because something just happened that I don't know if I'm going to be in the mood to do any video in the next week. As everybody knows, I've had a surgery on my back, and they went through here to do the surgery, and they put me on Flexeril and oxycodone, 10 milligrams, and I went to go get my prescription filled today, and I've only got enough to get me until tomorrow. And I went to pain management, and they called it in to my pharmacy to be filled on the 29th of last month. Well, I couldn't get in there until I got my money today, and when I got there I found out that they made a mistake on the oxycodone, because the Flexeril and the oxycodone was supposed to have been filled on the 29th of last month, and they made a mistake and put two different dates on the hydrocodone or oxycodone, and the second date is the one they have to go with. And wouldn't you know, it's on the 13th of this month. That's going to leave me with 10 days without anything. And that's not one medication that you just stop cold turkey and live life with a little bit of fun, because it ain't going to be fun. So I'm probably not going to be in the mood to do any video. So I'm going to go ahead and get one done today. And what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and try to start on this muffler and go from there. So I've got a plan here. I don't know how well the plan's going to work, but I've got some stuff laid out here, and we'll go ahead and show you what we got going on. Alright, this is the old muffler. As everybody remembers, it's all rusted out and just no good. And what I plan to do is cut this off right here. Alright, so I can get this piece off of it. And once I get that cut off, I'm going to take this street, half-inch street, black pipe street, and we're going to weld that wherever it's supposed to be, which will be just like that right there, just like this bend, I think. We don't know. We want to come out with it. I'm going to weld this in there so that I can just start screwing in my new pieces here that I've gotten. I've got all the exhaust and tailpipe material here to do this job, and we'll show you here in just a few minutes, as soon as I get all these open, how we're going to try to run this exhaust. We're going to run it just like we would a car. As soon as I get all these open. That one has to be cleaned up and painted. That's just extra in case I need it. Alright, so we'll go over to the tractor and I'll show you what I plan to do. Now remember, this piece here is going to mount up to the motor. So let's go over there and see what we got going on. So now we're over here at the tractor. Now what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to start off with this street welded to the piece I just showed you on the muffler. And that will come in down here just like so. And then we'll take a 6-inch and screw to that. And then we will take a 90 and put here. Then we'll take another 6-inch. I should have went with the 4. Alright, let's try a 4 here. And then we'll go with a 45. And then we'll go a 6-inch. No, we're going to go a 5-inch. And then we're going to do another 45. And then we'll do a 6-inch going underneath. Just like that. And then into the muffler that I make. We hope. So that's the plan, is to go something like that right there. I may have to go with a shorter piece here. I don't know yet. I don't like it being that close to that. And we got to make sure that we can turn this all the way around and make sure that doesn't hit. So we may have to take and get us another 4 to put here to bring this up a little bit to here. It ain't going to hit. So it might be okay. And then I'll make my muffler to go on this. Alright. Then once I've got my muffler made, then I'll take and cut this one in half and run it, weld it to the end of the muffler. Actually, I think I'm going to get a longer pipe and do to go through the muffler. Oh, I forgot. I'm going to have to go all the way through the muffler with this one. Yeah, I'm going to have to get some more piping. I don't have enough to start with. Interesting. Well, let's see if we can run it out the other side. Let's go around the other side and see if we can run it out the other side. I actually think this on the other side here is probably going to be better. So let's try the other side here. Yeah, I think that'll work better. So we're going to come out on this side, and then the muffler will mount underneath here, and then it'll have a pipe that comes out and 45's out, and then we'll cut our I think they need a muffler on their truck. Yeah, I think this will work on this side better. What do you guys think? Yeah, I think so. So I can't do nothing until I get the rest of my pipe. That's going to be my tailpipe, or my exhaust pipe that goes into the muffler, but I'm going to have to get a longer piece for this end, simply because this is going to go all the way through, about 2/3 of the way through the muffler, and then the exhaust will come out of that and then has to travel through the muffler to the other side of the muffler and then go through the pipe that goes out the tailpipe. So we're going to make this muffler exactly like a car muffler. So let's spin this around and make sure that we're not going to hit on this side either. Alright, so we're going to have to take and reverse. I have to take the 4-inch and replace it with the 6-inch. Get 6-inch here. I think I'm doing this right. Alright. Alright, we get that back a little further. Alright, right there's where we're going to have to go with. So we got this back further, so now it's going to miss the tire. Alright, so now we got to figure out where we're going to weld the first street to come out of the muffler, or out of the head, because we want that to be about halfway in the middle between the frame and the body, or the motor. So we're going to split the difference, and then we got to measure where we're going to weld, so that we have this hole low enough to where it's in the middle between the bottom of this and the bottom of the frame, or the top of the frame. And we want to try to make that as straight as possible so that it goes parallel, so at least looks halfway decent. And then I gotta go get a longer one of these here. Get a longer one. This one's a 6-inch. We need to get probably about a 24-inch. Gotta get two 24-inch ones. That way I can cut them down if I need to, and I can get them the size I want. So the muffler will go here, and this will go all the way through the muffler, and then the exhaust will go through the muffler back up to the other end to the tailpipe and go back through and out the back. If you guys can understand that. I'll do that again because I think I had you out of frame. This is your muffler. That's going to be right here, and a tailpipe that comes out right here, and that's what this 45 here is for, to go there. And the tailpipe will come out just like that, and then I'll just cut that at an angle to make it look decent. So you got your muffler. We're going to get a 24-inch that will go all the way through the inside of the muffler. The exhaust will come out and then turn the corner and go through the holes, all the baffles that I make. I'm going to put 3 baffles in it, and they're going to have holes drilled in those baffles, and the exhaust will come through here, back up through to the other side of the muffler, and then out the tailpipe. and I got a drawing that I'll show you right now. So now I just got to, I want to look, I might have some of this pipe that is long enough to do that. In fact, I'm pretty sure I have a long one here that I may not even have to buy one. Let me look and I'll be back. Alright guys, I found a long one. It's a real long one. It goes clear back to my barrel there. But it's threaded on both ends. So I can cut that off. That'll go through the muffler. This will be on the end. Now, since I'm not going to be able to spin the muffler on it, here's what we're going to do. We are going to use one of these. And hope that it doesn't melt the brass. I don't know if it will or not, but we'll find out, I guess. And this here will mount the muffler to this. And then we're going to make our muffler. And one of these will go through the muffler out of this long one. Through the muffler, to the other side of the muffler, and out the tailpipe right here. So, I think that'll work. So, now we'll show you what we're going to try to make the muffler out of. Here's that pipe I was telling you about, that long pipe. It's threaded on both ends. I can just cut it off here wherever I need to. That'll come out through, the exhaust will come through here. Remember, the muffler will be right here, from about right here to here. So we'll cut this pipe about right there, and then that'll give it room to go through the muffler. And then another one of these will be on this side, starting from here, going out of the muffler and right to here, coming out with this 45. So stay tuned. Alright guys, I was going to use this metal here, but I cut this piece out, so now I'm not going to have enough to do it. So, I mean, I've got this other half, but it's got so many holes in it that it's just going to look like crap. So it's either that or go get me a piece of sheet metal big enough to do what I want to do, and I may even entertain that thought. But then I ran across this thing that came out of that pop machine, the restaurant pop machine, and it was coated with this stuff here, insulation, and I had to take a razor and cut it off. As you can see, I didn't get all of it off there, but I think it's stainless steel. Now it's a good possibility that I can use this. The only problem is I'm going to have to cut the end off of it, of one end, and close all these holes, weld all these holes shut. Problem is, this is stainless steel. I don't have no way to weld stainless steel. I don't know if you can use the same welder or welding rods or MIG welder that you use to do steel. I think I'll just stop this video and make this a video on the plans for the muffler and get you guys' input on whether or not I can weld this with a regular MIG welder, the same wire that I used for welding steel with. But the reason I need to cut the end off of it is I need to make baffles, 3 baffles in it. And this would be a pretty decent size muffler, and I can take and run along one of these and this through one end of it, like over here off to the side, and then on the other side put it over here for the exhaust pipe and still have my baffles. But I have to be able to weld this back together once I've got all this done and my baffles made to slide in there, and the whole unit will just slide right in there. So I'm going to stop this video as part whatever number I'm on the tractor, and call it the muffler plans. That way you guys can, I'll have time to get you guys' input on this. But I'm pretty certain that this is stainless steel because it was used in a food and drinks, so they couldn't use metal because then you'd have contaminants in your pop. So I got to figure out how to close these off, or find me a piece of metal that's this thick, that's the same as this, and just make a new one. So let me know, guys, if I can weld this with the regular MIG welder, the same that I use to weld the steel with, to weld stainless steel. I don't know if you can do that. I think you have to have stainless steel welding wire, or a special welder, don't you? Anyway, let me know, guys. This would be a nice one to use because it is stainless steel. That would be pretty cool to have a stainless steel muffler. But anyway, you guys let me know. If I can use this, it's a good possibility that I can just take and cut both ends of it off and then squish that to where it's oval like that, and then I'd have plenty of room to put all my baffles and tailpipe and exhaust pipe in it. So let me know, guys. Tell me what you think. If you think this is a pretty decent idea. I don't have anything else that I can use unless I take some square tubing and weld them together. Maybe three. I got some square tubing that came off of some treadmills. It's a good possibility I can take and put 3 of those together to make a square muffler. And the center one, I can drill holes all the way through it. And then on the 2 end ones, drill holes on one side of it to meet those holes in the middle one. And then on the other one side to meet the other side. That can act as my baffle, and then I can put my pipes through the 2 outside square tubing. That's another idea. So let me get a piece of that and we'll go over that. Here's what we can do. We can take, if we can't weld onto that, we can do this. We can take this and put those together. My muffler will be about this long. I can take and drill holes here through that, several holes, maybe stagger them a little bit back and forth, and then do the same thing to the inside of this one in the same exact spot so that the holes meet up. Then we can weld those 2 together, and then all I would have to do would be make a cap for this with a hole big enough for this to go through one end and this to go out the other end. Now that would probably work. We could do that because remember, my muffler would stop right here, will be the end of my muffler, and then we can take and put a pipe that goes out the end all the way up to here. This one would go all the way up to here, and then the exhaust would have no choice but to go through here. It'd go through here into this open area, through these holes, and then back into this one to go down through here. This would be my single baffle. I think that would work just as good for a muffler. Or I could just make one and make little square baffles to go inside here. But I would kind of rather make that a little wider, so I'd go that route. Anyway, you guys tell me what you think. We got a choice of this way. We got a choice of trying to use this, which I'm highly doubting that you can use a regular MIG welder to weld stainless steel. I don't want to get into that complicated stuff. Or I can get a sheet of this, but that's going to cost me. I want to try to do this muffler without it costing me any more than I've already spent for the piping. This stuff was like $19 or something for all the fittings that I needed. So I don't want to put no more money into this. I'm hurting for money, and my son's coming to see me this weekend, or coming here on the 7th to see me. For the first time, I haven't seen my son in 4 years, and he's finally coming to see me on the 7th. And I want to have something to, which we're probably just going to sit around the house here and do nothing and have bonfires at night time. That's pretty much all there is to do without any money. So I hate to do that to him, but you know, I'm a poor man. I ain't got the money to do stuff like that, and you know, I don't even have enough money to go out and have a dinner for myself. So you know, my day is spent sitting around the house here thinking of things to do right here at the house with what I have to work with and what I've collected. You guys wish me luck for my visit with my son, and hope it goes well. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. If you feel compelled to donate to the Bison Workshop, just donate it to PayPal, bisonworkshop@gmail.com. I hope you guys are having a good day. You guys have a good one. Later.